Now, place your hands on the front of your thighs and let's do an exercise called the wave. So the wave is going to articulate the spine. So there are many joints in the spine, and we want the joints of the spine to be able to articulate, to be able to move one and then not necessarily move a chunk of spinal bones in one movement, right? We want them to be able to articulate one from the other. So the hands are here. We lead with the chest and the chin as you bend forward from your hips. Drop your head, curl your tailbone under, slowly roll up to your spine. Your head is the last thing to lift. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lead with the chest and the chin. And then slowly roll up to your spine. And as you roll up to your spine, you feel your hips come forward a bit. As you stack your spine, your head is the last thing to lift. And then the hips shift back, and you lead with your chest and chin. Let's give you another perspective. As you perform this exercise, let's place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. And we place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth because it connects two different lines of energy through the body. Connects the governing vessel to the conception vessel. The governing vessel is along the back of the body, and the conceptual vessel is along the front of the body. The river of yang along the back and the river of yin along the front. Good. Now let's do an exercise called turtleneck. And turtleneck is basically that exercise we just did a moment ago, the wave, but in reverse. I'll give you this profile look, this point of view, so you can see more clearly what my body is doing. So now you'll just bring your chin to your chest as your hips go forward and you roll down through your spine. And then you lift your head as you inhale. And then as the hips go forward slightly, you bring your chin to your chest and you roll down. Inhale, lift. Exhale as you roll down. Take your time and coordinate the breath with the movement. As you inhale, feel the expansion of the body. And as you exhale, feel how the shape, notice how the shape contracts, becomes smaller. And inhale. Just a moment ago, I spoke about yang and yin. So in any particular movement of the body, there is one aspect of the movement that's yang, which is expansive and open, and yin, which is more contracted, smaller. So, expressing yin, I'm yang, and now expressing yin, all within the same exercise. Let's do one more. Good, and then we lift up. I love that exercise. Okay, so now let's move on to dog wags its tail. So we shift our weight to the right and the left. And as we shift to one side, we side motion. This is a great exercise to open up the joints of the spine, the sides of the spine. And any exercise that we do that benefits the spine also benefits the central nervous system. Allow the shoulders and the arms to relax. And any movement of your arms is as a result of your moving your spine, moving from your center. Now let's slow the movement down, slow it down, slow it down, until you are still. Just pause for a moment. You can even close your eyes and just observe the energy flowing through your body in the stillness. Wonderful. Now let's move on to shaking. So go ahead and shake out your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, and then gently pulse into your knees and feet. And breathe in through your nose and exhale out with a sigh through your mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale out. Breathing in. Exhale out. Let's take 3 more breaths. It's a wonderful exercise to release any tension, tightness, anything that you're holding on in your body, in your emotional center, in your mind, that's no longer serving you. You can release it and let it go. Release and let go of anything that's standing in the way of you living your life, living your purpose. Slow it down until you're still. And just observe the energy moving through. I recently heard that the meridians in the body are like strings on an instrument, like a guitar. And when we activate the chi within the body, it's like we're strumming those strings, and the vibration as a result of that is the chi. And that's what we feel in moments like this, when we pay attention to that activation of the energy along those meridian lines. I think that's a really beautiful way to describe it. Okay, let's move on to an exercise called opening the flow. So we just lift the arms up, shoulder height, shoulder width, and then relax your elbows, wrists, and your hands, and you float your arms down. Good. A side view. We inhale as we lift the arms, and then exhale as we float the arms down. As I lift the arms up, I shift my weight back towards the heels. And as I lower my arms down, I shift my weight towards the balls of my feet and the toes. But your feet stay firmly rooted into the earth as you shift forward and back. When I do this exercise, I imagine that the earth energy is drawing up through the soles of my feet and through the legs and travels up the spine and exits out through my arms. So feel that energy rising up through the body and then releasing out through the arms, back out into the environment, so that energy is released and that energy is absorbed by the earth and nature. And then we draw the energy from the earth and from nature through the body, and then we release it. So it's this endless cycle of exchange of energy. Take your time Let's do 3 more. I think we have 2 more. As a teacher, it's easy sometimes to forget to count. And whenever I forget to count, I'll just add 1 more for good measure. But I think that was 3. Okay.